Stop everything and look closely, because this footage shatters denial and forces truth into daylight, right here now.
What you're about to witness is not a shadow, not a bear, not a trick of the trees. This is the moment every skeptic has dreaded and every believer has whispered about for decades. The creature steps into frame with a confidence that feels ancient, a presence that crushes doubt under its sheer weight. You can feel it watching the camera, as if it knows it's finally been seen. The way it moves, the way the branches bend around its mass, the way the light hits those impossible proportions. Nothing about this is normal. Nothing about this is human. This is the kind of footage that rewrites the rules, that forces the world to confront the one truth it has always feared. Bigfoot is real, and it's no longer hiding.
Before we begin, like and subscribe to keep hunting the impossible with us.
Shadow in the pines. The footage begins when a lone hunter in deep Alabama woodland raises his handheld camera after hearing a heavy shuffle behind the pines. A towering silhouette steps between the thin trunks, caught on camera. Dark, rain-matted fur drags across branches, filmed in brief flashes. Arms hang far past the knees, scanned by shaky focus as it turns its head. Researchers who reviewed the clip suggest the creature's slow, weight-forward gait and unnaturally broad shoulders, nearly 70% wider than a human, may indicate a separate evolutionary branch, a forest-adapted primate built like a 90s refrigerator, but moving with the silent precision of an NFL running back on wet turf, supported by dense leg musculature and an unusually flexible spine for shock absorption. If this thing chose to move in full view of the hunter's lens, what else was it confident enough to approach without being detected? The night bouncer. A suburban backyard security cam activates just seconds after the motion sensor picks up an impact on the family trampoline. A massive figure drops from above onto the black mat, caught on camera. Its long fur ripples in the rebound, filmed in a single eerie bounce. Arms swing low and wide, scanned briefly by the floodlight beam. Analysts studying the frame-by-frame footage note that the creature's mass compresses the trampoline almost to its frame, while its movement remains strangely controlled, suggesting tendon elasticity far beyond known primates and a center of gravity positioned lower than a human's, built like a walk-in freezer, yet landing softly like a stalking cat, an anatomical contradiction that hints at specialized hunting or ambush behavior. If it's comfortable entering human yards at night, how many times has it stood just beyond the motion sensor where no light ever turned on? Creepers on the trail. A silent trail cam deep in a northern forest captures two shapes entering frame, one large, one smaller, moving with synchronized steps. The bigger figure leads, filmed head down and heavy. The smaller one mirrors every stride, caught on the same path. Both show glowing eyes that reflect the IR flash, scanned against total darkness. Wildlife experts who reviewed the footage admit the proportions are difficult to explain. Both figures stand upright with arms extending well past the knees, shoulders drastically wide, and fur clumped as if from damp undergrowth, suggesting a possible adult-juvenile pair or even a primate family structure, unlike any documented species. Built like compact freight loaders, but stepping with the muted softness of predators pacing through moss. If an entire lineage moves in groups like this, how long have they been navigating the woods without a single confirmed encounter? The old path. Giant. An old analog-style photograph reveals a giant shape emerging from thick brush along a narrow woodland path. A heavy torso leans forward, filmed mid-stride. One arm sweeps aside branches, caught on a blurred edge. Its silhouette bulges with muscle, scanned in grainy sepia tones. Though the image lacks digital clarity, anatomical clues remain. Shoulders too wide for modern ape species, a sloping brow, and long arms adapted to both locomotion and clearing dense vegetation, suggesting an archaic primate form that could have survived in isolation, moving like a vintage freezer with legs yet gliding with the fluid balance of a trained athlete, traits hinting at deep evolutionary roots and possibly an overlap with skookum legends describing forest-dwelling giants with silent steps and immense strength. If these shapes have been photographed decades apart, how many earlier sightings were dismissed simply because nobody wanted to believe the evidence? The Green Hunters. A night vision perimeter camera in a remote forest clearing captures three glowing figures advancing slowly into open space. The tallest walks ahead, filmed with an effortless stride. Two smaller ones follow, caught matching its rhythm. All three exhibit bright reflective eyes, scanned by the infrared lens. Analysts point out that the largest figure's proportions, nearly 3 meters tall with shoulders like a Texas cold storage wall, combined with two smaller but identically shaped companions, suggest structured movement patterns, possibly kin-based groups or coordinated foraging behavior. And its step compression indicates a mass heavy as a bison, but placed with the silence of a stalking cougar, implying tendon structures tuned for stealth. If these beings move in coordinated groups at night, how often do they circle campsites or hikers without ever being noticed? The Riverline Walker. A daytime handheld recording shows a tall figure weaving between bare trees near a shallow stream as the camera person zooms in shakily. Its dark fur shines in patches, filmed through branches. Arms swing past the knees, caught with surprising clarity. Broad shoulders shift under thick muscle, scanned between tree trunks. Biologists who examined the footage note that the creature's forward-tilted posture and controlled foot placement resemble ancient hominid reconstructions more than modern apes, suggesting a possible remnant lineage adapted to cold, damp forests. Built like a concrete safe yet moving with the smooth caution of a mountain predator avoiding dry twigs, hinting at highly evolved survival instincts and a nervous system tuned for silent travel. If it walks so naturally in plain daylight, how many times has it passed right behind hikers who never turned around? Unknown approach vector. The trail cam in a dense pine corridor captures a massive figure walking directly toward the lens after a sudden rustle awakens the night silence. A broad silhouette advances, caught on camera. Fur hangs in wet clumps, filmed in harsh infrared light. Eyes flare white for a split second, scanned in perfect symmetry. Analysts reviewing the footage note that the subject's proportions, 2.5 to 3 meters tall, shoulders widening like an industrial freezer door, combined with extremely long arms and a rolling stride, indicate a creature built for power, yet moving with predatory silence, as if its weight is redistributed through an elastic spine, optimized for shock absorption. The gait resembles a prehistoric hominid reconstruction, an echo of something that shouldn't still exist. If it walks directly toward a camera without hesitation, what else has it approached in the dark without being noticed? The Alabama Impact. A construction site security feed in rural Alabama triggers when workers scatter at the sight of a towering entity sprinting out of the tree line. A huge form lunges forward, caught on camera. Reflective vests flash as men dive aside, filmed in panic. The creature's outline blurs with speed, scanned under the green tint. Experts studying the clip highlight that despite its enormous bulk and limbs dragging past knee level, the creature accelerates unnaturally fast, suggesting tendon recoil ratios far beyond human capability and a torso density similar to bison musculature, making it move like a steel vault thrown by a hurricane but land like a cougar stalking prey. Its fur appears slick, dark, and tightly clumped, likely from humidity or body sweat. If something this massive can close distance so quickly, how many encounters end before a person even has time to turn around? Oregon Ridgeline Strider. A hiker's phone camera records a solitary figure crossing a slope overlooking a small Oregon valley just as fog lifts from the treetops. A towering body moves with steady rhythm, filmed from afar. Long arms sway beneath dense fur, caught in open daylight. Its shoulders tilt with each step, scanned between pine trunks. Field biologists examining the footage note the creature's proportions: extremely wide clavicles, elongated forearms, and a forward-leaning gait are consistent with an apex forest specialist capable of conserving energy while traveling long distances, shaped like an oversized commercial refrigerator, but moving with NFL-grade smoothness on rough terrain. Some compare its outline to descriptions of the skookum, native legends of silent giants that move along ridgelines during misty hours. If legends place similar beings on these hillsides centuries ago, is this footage proof that they never really left? The Tree Watcher. A still forest photography trap snaps a frame just as something huge peers around the trunk of an old pine. A single eye glints softly, caught on camera. Dark fur blends into shadows, filmed in eerie stillness. A broad cheek and heavy brow ridge remain half hidden, scanned by moonlight. Investigators note the creature's head shape, longer front to back than any known ape, and the subtle shift in its posture, suggesting a being capable of intentional concealment, watching rather than fleeing. Its proportions imply a body 3 meters tall, with thick fur layers absorbing sound, built like a stone pillar, yet able to pivot silently like a stalking predator. The way it hugs the tree mirrors behaviors documented in elusive primates, except scaled to impossible size. If it knows how to stay hidden this well, how many times has it watched humans while remaining completely unseen? The branch line movement. A blurry phone video captures a shape moving vertically between tightly packed branches just beyond a lakeside trail. A bulky silhouette shifts sideways, caught on camera. Light hits wet fur in broken glimmers, filmed through brush. Long arms grasp bark and undergrowth, scanned in shaky focus. Analysts point out that the creature's limb-to-torso ratio is drastically outside human parameters, with forearms extending so far past the knees that climbing or lateral movement becomes extremely efficient, similar to arboreal primates but scaled up to monstrous proportions. The movement appears heavy like a buffalo pushing through brush, yet silent like a lynx stepping across snow, suggesting tendons built for stealth and cushioning. If something that large can move inside thick forest cover without a sound, what else is slipping past hikers while hidden just a few meters away? Forest Edge Walker. A handheld outdoor camera catches a massive figure gliding between moss-covered trunks near a fallen log during a quiet afternoon hike. A dark mass steps forward, caught on camera. Fur sways in long, damp sheets, filmed beneath dappled light. Arms drag near the ankles, scanned through drifting leaves. Experts reviewing the footage theorize the creature may possess an adaptive gait designed for uneven forest floors, knees bending more deeply than human biomechanics allow, distributing weight so smoothly that even a 3-meter giant leaves minimal sound. Its shoulder width rivals a Texas cold storage wall, and the deep chest cavity hints at extraordinary lung capacity, possibly explaining sudden resonant calls reported in nearby areas. If this being can move so naturally through dense terrain, how often does it stand just beyond the tree line watching travelers who never look up? The forest family emergence. A silent trail cam in deep woodland activates when two small shapes shuffle into frame, followed by a massive, upright figure looming from the darkness behind them. The giant steps forward, caught on camera. Fur hangs in thick matted layers, filmed in stark infrared. The smaller ones scramble quickly, scanned in nervous bursts of movement. Researchers studying this clip note the striking anatomical consistency between adult and juveniles. Elongated arms well past the knees, broad torsos, and heavy brow lines, suggesting coordinated group behavior and familial structure, something no known North American mammal of this size exhibits. The adult's frame is refrigerator-sized but moves like a silent predator, distributing weight with feline precision, hinting at specialized skeletal adaptations for stealth. The juveniles display shorter but similarly proportioned limbs, indicating early development toward upright locomotion. If family units like this exist, how many generations have been moving through the trees without humans ever realizing they were being watched? The ridgeline strider. A hiker's zoom lens captures a lone figure crossing a barren ridgeline far above tree level, moving steadily between scattered rocks. A dark silhouette glides forward, caught on camera. The arms swing low in long arcs, filmed against open sky. A massive torso tilts with each controlled stride, scanned at extreme distance. Analysts observing the footage note the creature's height, well over 2 meters even from afar, and its effortless navigation of steep, unstable terrain, suggesting leg musculature adapted for power climbing and shock absorption. Its forward-leaning posture resembles early hominid reconstructions, while its size is more comparable to a walk-in freezer rolling on invisible wheels, yet moving with the effortless momentum of a trail runner accustomed to thin air. The gait efficiency hints at long-range travel patterns, possibly seasonal migration routes across elevated terrain rarely visited by humans. If it moves comfortably where no trails exist, what territories does it cross that no camera has ever captured? The corridor advance. A night vision security feed in a dense pine corridor activates as a towering form appears at the far end of the path, slowly approaching the center of frame. A large shape moves straight toward the lens, caught on camera. Branches shift behind it, filmed in monochrome blur. Its huge arms swing almost to the ground, scanned between rows of trees. Experts examining the footage highlight the subject's balanced stride, each footfall perfectly aligned despite its massive size, suggesting a highly efficient skeletal structure. The shoulders are impossibly broad, easily 60% wider than an average human, giving the torso a fortress-like appearance, while its movement stays unnervingly silent, like a buffalo walking on padded paws. The even pacing implies intent, not random wandering, as though it knew the corridor and followed it with purpose. If it willingly approaches a camera's exact field of view, what was it expecting to find at the end of that path? Oklahoma mass walker. A daytime video from an open clearing shows a massive figure trudging forward with a heavy, deliberate gait framed by thin trees and frost-damaged brush. A hulking form steps into the open, caught on camera. Its thick belly shifts under dense fur, filmed in full daylight. Arms dangle far below the waistline, scanned in unsettling symmetry. Field biologists reviewing the footage point out that despite its bulky, almost overfed appearance, the creature maintains a smooth stride and steady posture, indicating powerful core musculature beneath the extra mass. The fur is dark, wet, and layered, likely an adaptation for moisture retention or insulation. Its build resembles a heavily loaded refrigeration unit, but moves with the slow, methodical pacing of a predator conserving energy before a sprint. The combination of mass and stealth challenges any known species classification. If something this heavy can move this quietly, what does it sound like when it decides not to stay silent? The Yeti visitation. A facility security camera in a snowy region records two towering figures approaching a door, one dark-furred and one pale-furred, illuminated by a single overhead light. A heavy face presses near the door, caught on camera. The white creature leans close behind it, filmed in eerie stillness. Their massive shoulders fill the frame, scanned through digital static lines. Anthropologists reviewing the footage note extreme contrasts in fur density and coloration, suggesting divergent adaptations within the same species or possible cross-regional mating patterns. The pale one resembles Yeti accounts from Himalayan records. Longer hair, broader chest, and frost-proof layering, while the darker figure shares traits seen in North American sightings. Their behavior seems coordinated, as if surveying human structures with curious caution. Both creatures move like industrial freezers on soft suspension, their steps muffled by snow. If two variants appear together, how many undiscovered branches of this lineage exist across the world's cold zones? The house occupant. A handheld flashlight beam sweeps across a decaying interior of a forest-bound abandoned house, then lands on a massive figure lurking in the corner. A towering shape shifts its weight, caught on camera. Dust stirs at its feet, filmed in trembling light. Wide shoulders block the window behind it, scanned in harsh glare. Investigators analyzing the clip note that the creature's proportions, arms reaching nearly to the floor, thick fur clumped with moisture, and a sloped, heavy skull, indicate a being built for outdoor survival, not shelter living. Yet its presence inside suggests curiosity, scavenging, or even territorial behavior. The sound profile in the clip hints at a low rumble under its breath, like a mix of gales through a cave and a bison's warning grunt. Its size is refrigerator big, but moves with the cautious silence of a stalking jaguar. If it seeks shelter inside structures now, how long before one appears in a place humans thought was safely empty? The doorstep intruder. A police body cam captures a towering fur-covered figure standing calmly at a suburban front door just as officers approach the porch. A huge silhouette turns its head, caught on camera. Blue reflective eyes flare under the porch light, filmed in a single blink. Heavy fur sways across massive shoulders, scanned at arm's length. Experts reviewing the clip note the creature's proportions, over 2.4 meters tall with shoulders wider than a Texas freezer wall. Yet the posture is relaxed, almost curious. Its elongated arms hang well past its hips, and its fur appears thick and layered like a cold, adapted primate. The strange calmness suggests high cognitive function or familiarity with human structures, and its silent breathing is unnervingly controlled for something refrigerator-sized but balanced like an NFL linebacker at rest. If it's confident enough to stand on a stranger's porch, how many times has it walked through neighborhoods completely unnoticed? The bare-chested giant. A night vision trail cam in dense woodland activates as a massive upright figure emerges from behind a tree, stepping directly into the open path. Its torso reflects faint light, caught on camera. Arms nearly scrape the ground, filmed in steady motion. Eyes glow pale white, scanned against total darkness. Biologists studying the image point out the creature's unusual fur pattern. Dense coverage along the limbs and upper torso, but thinner across the chest, revealing thick musculature shaped unlike any known primate. Shoulders broaden at an impossible angle, nearly 70% wider than a human, and its posture hints at a forward-tilted spine adapted for silent movement. Despite its colossal build, like a 90s refrigerator wrapped in dark fur, it moves with deliberate softness, each step rolling smoothly through the foot. If this creature reveals so much of its anatomy without concern, what stronger, faster individuals remain unseen deeper within the forest? The remote clearing walker. A hiker's phone captures a tall, fur-covered shape stepping over a fallen tree at the edge of a remote clearing in the Pacific Northwest. A towering mass crosses the log, caught on camera. Long arms swing low with fluid rhythm, filmed in natural daylight. Its body seems too large for the clearing, scanned between massive pines. Analysts note that the creature's stride length suggests leg proportions beyond human limits, optimized for long-range travel over uneven ground. Shoulders spread as wide as industrial shelving, while the creature's gait is astonishingly smooth, like a fully loaded freezer gliding across the forest floor with the grace of an NFL running back. Its dark, rain-heavy fur indicates thick insulation, likely from generations of adaptation to wet climates. If it feels safe wandering broad daylight in such open terrain, how often do similar giants stay just behind the next tree line, watching before stepping forward? The snowbound stalker. A winter phone recording shows a colossal shadow moving between narrow birch trees in deep snow, each step impossibly silent despite the depth. A dark figure drifts through the pale forest, caught on camera. Its outline remains massive even at distance, filmed through falling flakes. Long fur brushes tree trunks, scanned in slow ghost-like motion. Researchers analyzing the footage emphasize how the creature's gait, smooth, rolling, energy-efficient, suggests adaptations for extreme cold. Thick layered fur, enormous lung capacity, and legs built for distributing weight across snow without sinking heavily. Its frame resembles an oversized blast door refrigerator, but moves like a stalking lynx, with each step cushioned by deep muscle control. This combination of mass and stealth defies typical mammal physics. If it can move this quietly in knee-deep snow, what does it sound like when it wants to disappear completely? The road crossing unit. A stormy roadside video captures a massive figure crossing the wet pavement with two smaller shapes trailing close behind. A giant steps into the open road, caught on camera. Two tiny figures scramble after it, filmed in shaky rain blur. All three vanish into the tree line, scanned in seconds. Biologists who reviewed the footage note the striking similarity in limb ratios between the adult and the juveniles: arms long, hands oversized, gaits rolling and quiet. The adult's torso is fortress-wide, shoulders spreading like steel loading ramps. Yet its movements are slow and controlled, likely to shelter the young. The smaller ones mimic its steps, indicating learned behavior and possibly a family structure similar to great apes. The way they cross suggests intelligence and awareness of open danger zones. If entire family groups are moving across roads, how many times have drivers passed them without ever noticing the silent shapes at the forest edge? The redwood shadow. A hiker's low-angle recording reveals a massive shape drifting between towering redwoods, its fur shining copper in the filtered sunlight. The figure steps past a fern bed, caught on camera. Its shoulders dwarf the nearby trees, filmed in quiet motion. Long arms brush aside leaves, scanned through beams of green light. Experts analyzing this clip highlight the creature's astonishing scale. An upright figure nearly 3 meters tall, its torso broad as a redwood trunk's lower section, shaped like a prehistoric forest titan. Its movement is impossibly fluid for such mass, like a walk-in freezer gliding on invisible tracks. The copper-tinted fur suggests long-term exposure to Pacific humidity and mineral soil, aligning with ancient accounts of forest giants guarding deep groves. If it can blend seamlessly among trees this large, how many times have hikers walked right past one without knowing a giant was standing still just a few meters away? The low creeping shadow. A shaky phone recording from deep brushland shows a dark shape moving low and fast through tangled branches as the cameraman zooms in. A black figure darts sideways, caught on camera. Limbs stretch unnaturally long, filmed in brief flashes. Dense fur glints under broken sunlight scanned through thickets. Wildlife analysts who reviewed the footage point out that the creature's proportions, arms extending far past knee level, spine held in a semi-forward crouch, and shoulders flaring wide, suggest a specialized crawling gait designed for silent approach, moving like a refrigerator-sized predator, but with the agility of a mountain cat, hinting at evolutionary adaptations for stalking prey unseen beneath forest canopy, while distributing weight evenly to minimize sound and maximize speed. If this thing can move that quietly at ground level, how close could it get to a person before they even realized they were being hunted? The car door incident. A passerby's phone captures a towering, fur-covered figure tugging at the handle of a parked SUV on a fog-soaked forest road. A giant arm reaches inside the window, caught on camera. Fog curls around its torso, filmed in slow drifting sheets. Its silhouette reflects across the wet car door, scanned in eerie detail. Experts analyzing the clip note the creature's hand structure, long fingers, heavy knuckles, and an opposable grip, combined with its massive shoulder span and unexpected precision, suggesting a primate intelligence capable of problem-solving behaviors, moving like a walk-in freezer on legs but interacting with objects as smoothly as a trained technician, raising unsettling implications about tool use, shelter-seeking, or curiosity toward human technology. If it knows how to open car doors, what stops it from testing the front door of a cabin while someone sleeps inside? The Pyet River retreat. A night vision security video near Idaho's Pyet River shows a huge pale-furred figure stepping into view before freezing at the sight of an oncoming truck. A towering form jolts backward, caught on camera. Arms fling wide in panic, filmed in harsh headlights. Its retreat is incredibly fast, scanned between trees in seconds. Specialists reviewing the movement note the creature's explosive acceleration, despite its enormous height and refrigerator-like torso, indicating tendon elasticity far beyond human capability, and a gait adapted for quick escape in low-light environments, like a prehistoric sprinter whose survival depended on vanishing into forest shadows before predators or humans could track it. If something this large can flee faster than headlights can follow, what else has run from us unseen every night for decades? The Barn Watch Behemoth. A barn security cam captures a colossal figure leaning over a livestock fence as a farm dog rushes forward, barking in panic. A massive silhouette hangs over the gate, caught on camera. Hands clamp the wood rail, filmed in rigid stillness. The dog halts instantly, scanned mid-snarl with fear. Handlers studying the clip note how the creature's size, easily 3 meters tall, with shoulders spanning the entire panel, reflects pure mass and latent power, yet its stillness hints at caution or observation rather than aggression, like a giant industrial freezer balanced on legs, but maintaining the silent posture of a seasoned predator evaluating terrain, movement, and threat level in complete control. If it can tower over livestock pens without making a sound, how often has it watched barnyards from the shadows before anyone noticed? The snowline drifter. A window-mounted camera records a massive dark shape trudging through waist-deep snow between towering evergreens in a remote mountain pass. A broad figure cuts a path, caught on camera. Snow bursts around its legs, filmed in heavy sprays. Its fur ripples in the bitter wind, scanned in slow, icy steps. Researchers analyzing the footage note the creature's astonishing efficiency, redistributing its weight to avoid deep sinking despite its size, suggesting specialized musculature and bone density comparable to large ungulates but combined with the upright posture of a primate, moving like a freezer packed with concrete, yet gliding with the patience of a polar predator built for endurance in freezing isolation. If it survives alone in such brutal terrain, what else has adapted to the cold in ways we still don't understand? The White Rabbit Moment. A night trail cam captures a massive figure crouched low in the clearing, holding a small white animal gently in its hands. A hulking mass bends forward, caught on camera. Fur sways over immense shoulders, filmed in dim moonlight. The creature lifts the rabbit closer, scanned in total silence. Primatologists evaluating the footage note the remarkable control shown in the creature's fingers, an articulation far more delicate than expected from a being with shoulders as broad as a walk-in freezer, implying intelligence, emotional nuance, or curiosity, rather than pure predatory instinct, a behavior reminiscent of great apes examining fragile objects, yet performed by something overwhelmingly large and adapted for power rather than finesse. If a creature this strong can hold something so fragile without harming it, what will it do when it encounters something it does want to break? In the end, every clip we've examined, blurry shapes in the tree line, towering silhouettes crossing lonely roads, quiet giants moving through snow, reminds us of one thing. The world is still bigger, darker, and far more mysterious than we allow ourselves to believe. Whether these figures are undiscovered species, remnants of ancient lineages, or something stranger still, the patterns are undeniable. The silence, the intelligence, the glimpses that appear only when no one is supposed to be watching. Each fragment pulls us deeper into a truth just out of reach. And maybe that's the point. Maybe some mysteries aren't meant to be solved all at once, but slowly revealed to those brave enough to keep looking. If you felt a chill, a spark of curiosity, or the urge to keep searching, then don't go alone. Like, comment, and subscribe to Mystery Footage Uncovered, your front row seat to the unknown.